Also in the programme, Friday afternoon, a passenger plane has crashed in Kazakhstan, killing at least 12 people. The aircraft from Bek Air, a Kazakh airline, crashed into a building shortly after takeoff from Almaty Airport early this morning. Survivors described walking from the wreckage into the dark and snow. At least 60 people have been injured and taken to hospital. Our correspondent Sarah Rainsford reports. Sarah is in our Moscow bureau now. Sarah, do investigators have any more of an idea as to what caused this crash? The school of a 9-year-old girl who drowned in a Spanish swimming pool on Christmas Eve has paid tribute to a wonderfully kind, caring pupil. The government has announced that from April, thousands of NHS patients, visitors and staff will benefit from free parking at hospitals in England. Most visitors to hospitals in Scotland, Wales and Northern Ireland are already exempt from charges. Our health correspondent Dominic Hughes reports. The President of the Supreme Court, Lady Hale, who retires next month, has warned the lack of access to legal services for people who most need them is a serious problem. She expressed particular concern for people going through the early stages of a divorce. Lady Hale has been talking to our legal correspondent, Clive Coleman. The National Trust says the unseasonable weather this year led to an increase in migrant butterflies, moths and dragonflies. But it also says heavy rainfall harmed some native species such as water voles and hares in North Yorkshire. Fiona Lambdin reports. Firefighters in Australia are bracing themselves for another heatwave as they continue to tackle raging bushfire. The RSPCA is investigating a prominent barrister after he sent a tweet yesterday morning saying he had killed a fox with a baseball bat. Astronomers are warning that their view of the universe is under threat. Next week, a campaign to launch thousands of new communication satellites will begin in earnest. They'll create broadband networks that can reach every corner of the globe. However, scientists say there's evidence that those small groups of small satellites known as constellations are already causing problems for astronomical research. Rebecca Morell reports. England's cricketers have had a challenging first innings so far on the second day of the first test against South Africa. After bowling out the hosts for 284, England lost both their opening batsman for 15 runs. At tea time, they'd moved to 157 for 6. Austin Hailwood reports. You can keep up to date with the latest news throughout the afternoon on the BBC News channel. We're back with the late news at 6 o'clock. Now on BBC One, it's time for the news where you are. Bye-bye.